Illiteracy by Linda Baxter. So we are members of the same club. We're both literate. We can read and write. And we both probably feel that literacy is essential to our lives. But millions of people all over the world are illiterate. Even in industrialized Western countries such as the UK and the USA, approximately 20% of the population have low literacy levels. But what exactly does that mean? My parents both left school at 14. They could read and write, but except for a quick look at the daily newspaper, reading and writing didn't play a big part in their lives. There were very few books in the house. My mother was amazed because the woman who lived next door always wrote a list of what she needed before she went to the supermarket. Why couldn't she remember? We laughed about that for weeks. Our family didn't write lists. And when I was only 14 years old, my father gave me an important letter that he'd written to the bank and asked me to check it for grammar and spelling mistakes. And there were quite a lot. He never usually wrote letters or postcards, or even Christmas cards. So when he had to write, he wasn't comfortable or confident. Does that mean that my father had a low level of literacy? I don't think so. What is illiteracy? There are lots of different definitions of literacy. Some experts define it as having the reading and writing skills that you need to be independent in your everyday life. So, for example, if you can read instructions, write a check, fill in a form, anything that you need to do in everyday life, then you are functionally literate. Other people say that you are illiterate if you think that you are illiterate. In other words, if you feel that you can't read or write as well as you would like to. Only 100 years ago in the United States, you were considered to be literate if you could sign your name to a piece of paper. It was an important skill. You were not allowed to vote if you couldn't sign the voting register, so literacy was connected with political rights, and many people were excluded from the democratic process.